Are your chicken dying too often? You feed them, clean their space, yet they keep dropping one by one. You are not alone. I have been there too. In this video, I will be showing you the top 5 mistakes that causes chicken mortality and how to prevent them. My name is Adigun Kehinde. I am a student of University of Lagos with over 5 years poultry farm business experience. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly side, and I want to help you succeed with your birds. Welcome to LA Farm channel. This channel is all about helping farmers like you reduce losses, grow healthier flocks, and help you make more profits.
In this video, I'll be showing you 5 mistakes poultry farmers make that causes mortality and how you can prevent them. The first on my list is poor brooding. This begins from the hatchery that you got your chicken from. Yeah, I always advise my students, those who I know who are going into poultry business, I always advise them to first of all make sure that you get a reputable supplier for your birds. These suppliers, you ask them which hatchery is performing the best at the moment. Of course, they know because they supply a lot of people with birds, and of course, if they have any complaint, they would have known and they can assist you in picking. They are going to give you varieties of hatcheries that are available, then you have to pick from it. So with them, you can be safe while choosing the hatchery you are going for. Number two is the stress, the stress from the hatchery. Of course, yeah, chickens are prone to stress while coming from the hatchery. They travel long distance, some even travels to the east, to the north. So of course, they are being stressed while coming, and even the drivers, some even drive in the afternoon when the weather is hot. And of course, when they come to your pen, they are stressed. Ensure that you don't feed them, you don't give them what's it called, antibiotic on their first arrival. Ensure you provide them glucose and any kind of anti-stress. You can go through their medication schedule, and that will help you. So ensure that you give them glucose water once they get into your farm, at least for the first day. Make sure they take glucose water and vitamin. This will help with the stress that they have been through while coming from the hatchery. Under this brooding also, I'll talk about heat temperature. Of course, there is there is minimum and the maximum heat temperature that this bird should find themselves in when they get into your farm. Of course, make sure before they get into your farm, you have preheated your brooding house. You have preheated the brooding house. It's going to be showing on my screen. You'll be seeing the heat temperature, just like I'm showing on the screen right now. The heat temperature that must be used throughout their brooding period. The next on my list is bad feed and water management. Ensure that you provide your birds from their day old to 6 weeks with starter finished feed, and ensure that you are using a very quality feed. Don't go for cheap feed. Penny wise, pounds foolish. These birds are very fragile at this their age. They are very vulnerable. Ensure that you treat them with care. So you have to ensure that you give them the proper feed, not you giving them finisher or goer at starter age. Ensure that you provide them a good starter feed with good quality. Yeah, a very reputable feed you have to make sure you are making use of, so you can get good results. How do you know your feeds are bad or your feeds is not good for this bird? Of course, ensure that this feed, they are dry. Your feed has to be dry. You don't give them expired feed. Look at most feed have label on their bags, so you can look at the label. Ensure that this feed, they are fresh feed, they are not expired feed. Make sure that this feed are not moldy, and this moldy feed become toxic to the birds. So this feed, don't give it to your birds, because your birds are they are very fragile. Please ensure that you give them a good and proper feed. Water management. Water you cannot drink, please don't give it to your bird. I've always tell people, some people say, oh, all of those birds, those chicken that you are seeing outside, they are drinking water outside, they are walking around, they are drinking dirty water. This, you are doing this for a business. You are not just doing it for doing sake. You are doing it for a business. So ensure that the water you are giving to your birds, they are water that you yourself you can drink, and you can help them to heal their intestine faster by supplying them with warm, lukewarm water from their day old to 1 week of their life. Overcrowding is the next on my list. Overcrowding causes heat, stress, and also introduces disease. So ensure that your birds are not being overcrowded, because once they are being overcrowded, they will get to stampede themselves. There will be heat on them. There will be too much heat on them. They might stampede themselves. They might even injure themselves. And once they injure themselves and they see any form of red, they will start pecking on themselves. And once they start pecking on themselves, of course, what do you expect? Your guess is as good as mine. So ensure that even if your pen house is going to be uh accommodating just 50 beds, you can just do 30, please. You can just do 30. You can just do 30 to help save this unwanted mortality. Lack of vaccination and biosecurity is the next on my list. This includes skipping vital vaccination program, just like the Lasuta, the Gomburu, the 3-in-1 vaccine, and the rest of them. Also, you not controlling visitors coming into your pen. It's not good. People just don't go into the farm anyhow. You have to control visitors coming into your farm. In fact, if a visitor is going to be visiting your pen, ensure that you fumigate their body before they get into the pen, so as not to introduce disease into, because you don't know where they are coming from. They might be coming from another pen or another poultry where they have disease going on over there, and they introduce it to your birds. So ensure that you don't skip their vaccination. Give them the proper vaccination in the medication. I'll be giving the medication chart to you at the end of this video. So ensure you follow the proper medication and the proper vaccination, so you can get a good result, because this good result is the one to yield you good profit. So ensure you follow all the necessary medication and vaccination, and ensure that people just don't come into your pen anyhow. You control visitors coming into your pen. In fact, you can adopt changing your slippers. You can look for like a slippers or a boot for just the pen. You just don't come into the pen with just anyhow slippers. In fact, you can even get a cloth, or maybe something that the whoever is going into the pen house must be putting on when going into the pen house. Next on my list is ignoring early symptom. Most cases, before you start losing your best, you will notice some kind of symptom. Of course, just like me, if I go into my pen, what do? I first of all, monitor all my beds. I monitor them. I look through. I try to shake them. I try to make them walk, run, and I see how they react. So anyone who is sluggish, of course, I have to quickly pick and look for what the problem is. I look at their eyes. If there is no lacrimation, I look at their their response, their agility and everything. So of course, in the morning when you get to your pen, of course you have to make sure that you notice every of your birds, and you notice their behavior. If there is any form of different behavior, you can do what? You can swing into action. Just for an example, I'll give you an example of coccidiosis. Coccidiosis is a very disturbing disease from 2 weeks to 6 weeks. This coccidiosis can make you lose your bed in 3 days. 2 to 3 days, the bed is gone. So what do you do in this case? Once you notice that bloody pool, please just swing into action. Go to the nearest vet shop. Get a very effective medication. Administer it to them. Don't just administer it to just that one bed. Administer it to all of the bed. Once you find any kind of disease running in your farm, ensure that you treat all the beds. Don't treat one. Don't Of course, you can separate that bed. If it's like CRD or coryza, Of course, you can separate. But like coccidiosis, you might not know which of the birds are having blood pool. So you treat all the birds, even the CRD or coryza, you separate, but still you have to treat all the birds. And just don't treat, you have to also look for the reason why it is occurring in your farm. Most cases, in the case of coccidiosis or even coryza or even CRD, most times they are wet wood shavings, dirty wood shavings, dirty house will cause all these kind of diseases. So ensure that your pen house is clean at all time. Ensure that you spot any kind of awful reaction, and once you spot it, ensure that you swing into action to do what, to make sure that it doesn't continue, because this only this can help you get the best practice of poultry, and of course will increase your profit. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, because I'll be bringing you more good videos, and in my next video I'll be showing you how to make more profit in your poultry. See you in my next video.